Americans, month, day, year is the best order. Also Americans on their special day. Oh, that's right. The one time we do use the day, month, year order is for our literal birthday. Something doesn't feel right about that. And what's weird is this might be the only holiday we actually use this order for. It's so the British remember when the world superpower celebrates being founded. Average US house damaged by the wind versus average Austrian house damaged by a 10-ton massive rock. Honestly, I wouldn't even fix that. That just makes the house look cooler. It's almost like we make our houses in the US out of plastic. Never try to punch a hole in the wall anywhere in Europe. Canada putting pineapple on pizza. Hungary putting orange slices, barbecue sauce, honey sauce with chicken and jalapenos on a single pizza. I feel like I'm down for all of it except for those orange slices. Wouldn't that make it really acidic? I love this article. Oranges on pizza is the final straw for Hungary. It's time to launch the nukes. What kind of monstrosity is this? And just look at him. He looks so happy about it. Ooh, a picture of the Giga Chad. He will never be Polish. Wait, here he is on Twitter saying he's from Poland. How did this go unnoticed for so long? Okay, wait, no, that profile is not technically the real Giga Chad. The real Giga Chad is Russian. It looks like Poland has their very own version of the Giga Chad, though. He looks just like him. Is there a Giga Chad version for all the countries out there? Russian paratroopers when they land in downtown Los Angeles. Yeah, downtown Los Angeles has already been a war zone for at least a decade or two now. There's no way these Russians are prepared for what they're gonna see down here. This is part of the reason why we are just unconquerable. The Swiss flag after credit Swiss implodes next week. Here it is, just looking pretty normal, just with a giant plus sign. But after they go completely into debt, the entire country is gonna be in the minuses. Not gonna lie though, I kind of like both flags here. Wait a second, does this meme mess up the aspect ratio of the Swiss flag? It's literally 1 by 1. There's nothing easier. France looking at political stability. This is brilliant, but I like this way more. Oh, of course you would, France. You would. France, can you just like stop having a revolution every 5 minutes? I think it's like they just don't know anything else at the moment. Archaeologists find medieval Excalibur sword in Bosnia Lake. No! King Arthur was Bosnian? I wonder how the Brits are gonna take this news. Russian ambassador threatens Bosnia if they try to join NATO. POV Russian soldier entering Bosnia. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but if you aren't playing Dark Souls difficulty on Minesweeper, things ain't gonna go that well for you here. Friendship ended with Sweden. Now Turkey is my best friend, says Finland. Whatever makes it easier for them to join NATO, I guess. They gotta do what they gotta do. Sweden's just gonna be left out in the cold. Maybe Sweden can just become a junior partner under Finland after this. Do a little Kalmar Union 2.0. That's how they can join NATO. White man has been here. How can you tell? Oh, that's how they can tell. For some reason, these cafes are literally everywhere in London. I don't even know how to say its name. There's 434 of these shops in the UK. 273 of them alone are in London. I really just don't understand it. Strongest Chinese paratroopers versus average Filipino security guard. Looks like just this single man alone could handle at least 300 of these guys. Never mess with the average Filipino security guard. Pinoy pride getting blinded by a laser. Just use a mirror. This is gonna be the Philippines tactic next time. I feel bad for the next Chinese ship that tries it. This man saying it should heal quickly to a Russian ball with a weird tumor on it. Cut to 9 years later. Okay, maybe it would have been best to have not taken the doctor's recommendations here. I mean, I don't even know if this is a doctor. Maybe it's just like a surgeon or something. Plastic surgeon. I don't know. It's still here. It's not the size. It's how you use it. I wouldn't do that if I was you, says France. Quiet you. Time for the big boys to play. Told you. And this is exactly how the Vietnam War played out in real life. The French had control over Indochina for several decades. They knew what that area was like, and they knew how chaotic war was going to be over there. And once the USA thought they could take over and clean it up quickly, the French were like, okay, we warned you. And obviously that did not go very well. Hey France, there's a city in your country called Libya that is very important for me and my history. Can I have it? Asks Spain. Oui, as they literally create an enclave for the Spanish. All I want you to do is respect my 1,000-year-old church and turn it into a museum, says the Greeks. Can you at least clean it? Oh, Allah Almighty, as they sing. Yeah, maybe diplomacy in this part of the continent is not exactly the same as this part up here. Balkaners usually. Croatia is the only language. All other Slavic languages are fake versions of Croatian. No, it's just a dialect of Serbian, the father of all called languages. Only Serbian is a real language. Meanwhile, Balkaners applying for a job in the West. I speak 5 languages: English, Croatian, Bosnian, Serbian, Montenegrin, and a little of Slovenian and Macedonian. Nice. Fair to say they're gonna get the job. But as soon as they do, it goes back to there is only one language. Sometimes you just gotta say whatever it takes. Bee baby human. Takes 9 months to come out. Still can't walk, see, talk, eat. Only cries to attract other predators. Helpless bag of meat. Others years have to protect it. The first 5 years are literally to prevent it from oofing itself. Takes 16 years until it takes care of itself. Somehow we're still the apex predator. Do you guys actually believe this stuff? You know, when you put it like that, we are pretty weak sauce. That makes sea turtles literally the most hardcore. Literally, they're born and sent straight into D-Day. Ooh, the nation of Germany. Also the United Kingdom. Then there's Belgium as well. And finally the Netherlands off screen. All producing the best electronic music in Europe. I actually had no idea how big it was in that continent until I finally visited. I literally couldn't escape it. But what about the French? 3 Polish men made 400,000 euros exporting stolen Dutch e-bikes. No, you can't steal our e-bikes. STFU, we are literally Polish. And here are the 3 Polish Giga Chads themselves. How exactly do you even do this and then not get caught at the same time? Polish nationalists, when they find out Poland's greatest national hero is actually Lithuanian. Yeah, this is gonna be a sad, sad day. This man was the former prime minister of Poland after WW1. Problem was, he was born technically in Lithuania. And it was also part of the Russian Empire at that time. I guess they can just make an exception. The 7th of September, 1822, or the independence of Brazil. I love you, son, says Portugal. Adios, papa. Thank you for everything. Meanwhile, the independences in Hispano-America, they're just duking it out right here while everyone's laughing and saying, fight, fight, fight. Laughs in British. Even the US is laughing in British. And what's weird is this all happened around the same time too. It wasn't like it was 100 years later for Brazil. The Brazil Revolution was a peaceful change of power, often called the Bloodless Revolution. A year before that, Mexico gained their independence in 1821, and needless to say, that one was just a lot bloodier. Bolivia says it's as easy as crushing an ant. Oh, here they go. They're gonna try it. Oh wait, that's Paraguay. Please don't hurt me. I think Bolivia might have underestimated them a little bit here. And can you really blame them too? Paraguay got utterly demolished 100 years before that. Problem here is that this took place in 1935, and a lot of things had changed since then. This was actually the bloodiest conflict in that entire continent for that whole century. Everyone, I'm sure by summer, all will be good and everything will be back to normal. Meanwhile, this shows up during summer. Well, I think it'd be safe to say all would be good between humans on Earth, because we'd have to unite and fight them aliens. I still think of alien invasion would probably be the best thing for us. Russian T-90M tank crews undergo special training to fight European and US tanks in Ukraine. My brother in Christ, you're telling me up until this point, tank crews weren't trained on how to engage versus your decades-old perceived archenemy. What exactly have you even been doing this whole time? Just a little bit strange that they're only getting to this now. When you're an Australian, get drafted for WW3 in Eastern Europe, but China messes around and now you're just like your grandfather, have to fight in the Pacific. Oh no. I guess this is a good example of history repeating itself. I really hope this doesn't actually happen though. Everyone arguing whether providing X to the Ukrainians will cause uncontrollable escalation. Meanwhile, Poland just giving X to the Ukrainians, not thinking about anything else. Yeah, they kind of just don't care. They're just ready to go. Poland was the first country to give them fighter jets. Chicago dyeing the river green for St. Patrick's Day. Meanwhile, all the fish waking up. Wait, don't tell me this is real. There's no way. This has got to be a meme. Nope, they somehow found a way to do it, and it's actually an annual tradition. Are you allowed to swim in it as well? Dang, that's not even just like kind of green. It is really green. How much does that take? Oh, you can do something with it. Students, after graduating, I don't know how to get a job. I don't know how to pay taxes. All I know is A plus B squared equals A squared plus B squared. And let me tell you, that is going to be some really useful information. You are going to use that on the daily. There will not be a moment that goes by where you won't thank yourself for knowing this formula. It is insanely useful. You know how many times I've had to use this? Pretty much every hour of every day. Where the frick is youth in Asia? I've been looking around the Asian continent for literally hours and I still just can't find it. Where are these so-called youth and even at? Is this some sort of indigenous culture that people aren't talking about enough? Maybe it's just one of several unrecognized states. One day I'll discover it though. Don't listen to the propaganda. The territory belongs to glorious Romania. I always knew this place looked awfully Romanian. About time we finally start some memes to give it back. The Danish government created the entire country of Denmark in Minecraft at a 1:1 scale in 2014. Users promptly blew it up and planted American flags on the rubble. That did not take very long. And why am I not surprised? Did they have a bunch of oil down there or what? One day the great European war will come out of some damn foolish thing in the Balkans. This was said by Otto von Bismarck. Can you stop being so nationalistic? You're gonna unknowingly upset the delicate balance of power in Europe, likely causing a major continental war that will oof millions of people. That's the plan, LMAO. It's all a part of the plan. I mean, if you think about it, the Balkans really caused WW1 and everything that followed too. They out here just doing a little bit of trolling. So, is this superior Nordic cuisine in the room with us right now? Oh no, I don't think Sweden, Finland, Norway, or Denmark have a response for this. I didn't even know those words can go together like that. Superior Nordic cuisine. Portugal, Italy, Spain, and Greece not buying it. 40 degrees Celsius, which is like 100 100 degrees Fahrenheit. The Canadians and the UK, they're literally roasting, but Australia's having a blast. 30 degrees Celsius or about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. They're still burning up, but Australia's loving it. 20 degrees Celsius, and the UK is doing a lot better. Australia just needs a little bit of a blanket. At 10 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Fahrenheit, the Canadians are still burning up. We've hit zero, and the Canadians are finally in their element. Negative 10 degrees Celsius, and the Brits and Australians are freezing over. Finally, negative 20 degrees Celsius. Canada's loving it, and someone should check on Australia. Strange how such closely related nations have a drastically different opinion about the weather. The Canadians are like these ice people, meanwhile the Australians are like these heat things. And big thanks to my patrons. Drew, I forgot to kidnap you. Next date is March 19th, 2023 at 6:30
Boy, do I
PM.
love Arby's.
Drew's Eritrean grandma.
Portugal is not
Drew's
Balkans.
Argentinian
$20
grandpa.
is a lot, Drew.
aPhatNarwhal.
Bryton is the
Caleb,
best. The
H.
Mexican
Good old
760.
Jack Traven's annoying
John
friend.
Denver
Plugs
is
and
Pork
Desmond
Girl.
567.
Fresh
Twickenhamster.
animations.
Rye, the
The
Weekend.
Wash of the
The
Great
Great
Commonwealth.
Commonwealth.
Twickenhamster.
Carmel S.
And ZaneyBoi.